In developing and third world countries, open defecation has become a major public health issue. A majority of people simply do not have access to toilets. In India, this is a daily issue for 60% of the people. Researchers have been looking for a solution, but this Purdue professor may have just found one.
I woke up in the morning and said, I think I know what we might be able to do. And that was because they wouldn't use the toilets even if we brought them in. I thought, what if we got them to defecate in a particular place and added mushrooms to it? Because the fungus, the fungi, will actually stimulate the cleaning process. So it sanitizes fecal matter.
Professor Robin Clare's idea was that if they could get fungi to grow on the human fecal matter, then they could find a way to sanitize it. In India, diarrhea is the third leading cause of death for children. And though they've made progress toward lowering the death rate, there's still much more work to be done. And Professor Clare wanted to involve her students in that work.
Like, open defecation is such a taboo because it's in a developing country. It's something we aren't used to. It's not a social norm for us. It's a little weird and awkward to talk about, but it's still interesting nonetheless.
Clare acquired a formula from NASA which is supposed to be as close to human feces as possible. Today, she and her students are putting that formula to work.
It would kind of purify it in a way. So if she was able to apply this in like real-world developing countries, then it would decontaminate the feces that's going into the water supply.
Then what we're doing is taking these 5 buckets of poop over to the botany students, where Professor Aim, who specializes in mushrooms, which makes her a mycologist, is going to be working with her class to see how well it grows in this artificial simulated fecal matter.
For communication students, this was hardly a normal class project.
So I told my parents on the phone the other day that in class I'm going to be making poop, and they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, our class is going to be making a simulation, like artificial poop without the smell, to be used for research and to go to the botany lab.
But once they got past their initial reactions, the students realized just how special the project was.
And they thought it was so cool, and when I talked to my friends and sorority sisters, they think it's just as interesting.
The open defecation, it's not something I had thought about before, so I think it's really cool that she's taking something that she's so passionate about and trying to get us involved in it too. So it's not like we're just reading from a textbook and learning things and like you would in any other class. We're like actively engaging in a real world issue.
And what better education is there?
Rachel Just, Maddie Bayrudy, Fast Track News.